Hey everybody, I'd like to answer the big question that all of you are asking, and people are asking me all the time. Um, what do you do? And so when I get that question, either in a meeting or meeting new people or wherever it may be from somebody, um, I answer it this way, and hopefully this will be helpful for you to understand a little bit about what I do and why I do it and what it's about. So um, I do what I've always done to my first memory, and that is I I'm about people. I'm fascinated by people. I love to see people encouraged. I love to see people living into their full talent, ability, gifts, genius, however you want to say that. I love to encourage, coach, motivate, question, push people in discovering and using and living out their genius, their greatness, their ability to accomplish things in the world, personal, spiritual, emotional, relational, business, whatever it may be. Um, and I've always done that. I did it in our backyard growing up. I did it in school. I did it on a bunch of sports teams that did really well. Um, and it comes very naturally to me to encourage people, to believe in them, to see the ability, and then help them discover it themselves and then apply it going forward. Uh, so that's what I do. Some people call it coaching, some people call it consulting, some people call it an advisor, some people call it a mentor. I call it who I am and what I've always done in one way or another. And so that's what I do for people, and that's what they value most about who I am and what I bring to their situation from that standpoint. Um, I think also I need to say the other side of that. My greatest limiting belief is trying to believe, understand, and apply my own gift, my own ability, my own genius has been a struggle for me. I'm dyslexic. I've been dyslexic my whole life, um, and that carries a real heavy negative connotation. It's one of those closet things that's never really come out, and yet 1 in 5 people are dyslexic. Um, so you know, I think the impact of that, or where that story merges, is my first memory of having to do something I really didn't want to do was to go to the first grade the second time. It was painful. It was dreadful. It was horrific. It made me suicidal. Um, um, I hated going to school at that point, and that shaped me to help people get out of situations or out of the thinking or the belief about things that are terrible, negative, and horrific that are they're allowing in their life. So that's a big thing for me. Um, my first job was my first job was fighting fires in high school. I worked for the fire service, and we fought forest fires and dug ditches and did all that kind of manual labor. Uh, what I secretly hated about that job was most of the fires where I grew up in Southern Oregon, there was a lot of poison oak, and I was severely allergic to poison oak. I remember one fire I was on, I literally was breathing in so much smoke, and there's so much poison oak, it literally went inside my body, down my throat, and all other places. Terrible, terrible first job, terrible first experience, and I did hate that. the successes I've had in my business life really have been in starting a business with no experience, no money, $100 at a kitchen table in an industry I didn't know anything about. And in a number of years, 5, 6, 7 years, taking that from that place to being one of the top 3 producers of selling and servicing that service and product in the U.S. in 42 states. And I think that's huge because that really has given me the confidence and helped me to really realize that I do have a superpower and I do have a genius, and we were really successful in doing that, and made a lot of money in that type of thing. Received a lot of recognition, and we're able to serve a lot of business owners across the U.S. doing that. What I was really known in that business was identifying talent, creating talent, retaining talent on our team, and really seeing the potential in people, believing in people, helping them to take their life and their business to the next level. And people could count on me for being encouraging, positive, believing, hanging in there, really being tenacious, really being about together we can do great things as a team, and so that's what people really have counted on me for. My gifts, my abilities. Number one is obviously encouragement. I'm a born encourager. It's part of my DNA. I will encourage you to the point of, you either tell me to stop or you start believing and you start achieving and you start, making your life happen. I would say the second thing is that I love to help people through questions, through thinking, through exercises, through whatever means to get a breakthrough, to get an insight, to get a transformation, to experience a transformation, to experience a miracle, which is something rare you talk about in business, but it's there, and I've seen it happen many times. To have people surprised by what they can do and where they end up and what they can achieve. I love that look of, oh wow, that actually happened. I live for that. That's a huge thing for me. People count on me to show up and to bring those two things with me, and that's kind of the secret sauce that I bring into it. I'm optimistic about people, and I think that's overarching everything that we do. What I love most about coaching is seeing people get an insight, seeing people get a transformation, seeing people get an aha moment, seeing people be brutally honest about who they are, what they're doing, and what's the truth. Because the truth is the beginning of progress. And then people having that moment where their whole thinking about themselves, their ability, the situation, their business, their marriage, their family, their health, or whatever, go from impossible to possible and reality. Wow. Yeah. So that's what I love about coaching. I love that transformation. I love that process. I love that work, whether that takes a day or 5 minutes or 5 years. I think that's huge. I love people that have something really inspiring that they want to do in their life. Those are amazing people to work with, to coach, to partner with from that standpoint. Most people think that they know themselves, but the truth is they don't. Most people think that they know their ability, but the truth is they don't. most people think they know their from their experience, their education, their background, their family, um, and that in that they know what their future is going to be. And what I find over and over again is most of that is a lie. Most of that is a limiting belief. Most of that is not true. Most of that is the problem, not the solution to your best future. And so that's a truth. That's something we work on. I work on with people all the time. Um, People have asked me all the time, if you could study one thing for the rest of your life and teach it, um, what would that be? And I think it would be addressing, and I'm deeply passionate about this, being dyslexic and all the connotation of that, addressing the lies, the limiting beliefs, the labels that people have put on you, society, education, whatever, business, your past, and dealing with those, and and flipping those around, and starting to install and live out and the truth, who you are, what your potential is, what you can really do, your talents, your abilities, your gifts, and then harness that to go to the next level. I think that's a big thing. Um, what do my clients say about me? They love my encouragement. They love my belief. They love that I'm not afraid to ask them the question nobody else is afraid to ask them to do or to answer. Um, I think they love that even when it all goes to hell, I still believe. I think that's huge for their standpoint. I think my clients love that I'm approachable, I'm real, um, that I've had some huge epic failures in my life, that I barely got out of high school, that I've failed in 10 businesses in my 20s, that I've had a huge success, but I am still who I am. And I think those things all endear people. I think the other thing is that people that work with me, that coach with me, tend to stay with me for years in this process. And I think that is that I become, in essence, a support system, a place where they can see a bigger and better future, because I know there's more. And I told a client this morning, there's more. You've gotten here, but I know there's more. So what's the more? And let's go after that. And so I love that. I love doing what I do, and I get to do it, and I haven't worked a day since I've done it. And so that's when you know that that you're doing what you're made to do. So thanks for watching this. Thanks for reading this. This is what our coaching is about. If you want to talk about that, push the button above and set up a time, and we'll have a conversation. Talk to you later.